Today's episode of Checkpoint Chat is brought to you by Dreams, a brand new creation system from the imaginative minds of Media Molecule. Those are the Tearaway and Little Big Planet guys. In this PS4 exclusive, you'll play, create, and share all manners of user-generated content, from simple experiences right through to fully fledged games. Want to find out more about how you can explore the imaginations of others and bring your own to life? Stay tuned for more Dreams Chat later on. Hello, welcome to episode 86 of Checkpoint Chat. No, wait, do it in the mic. Do it in the mic.
Shit. Oh, woo! I nearly dropped it. Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
I have had every intention to open this before the show, but I completely forgot.
No, but it's better like that. Welcome. Matty's just finished a 21 kilometers, so to celebrate, he's chugging down at least 3 days worth of sugar.
Yeah, well, Joburg's toughest 21. A lot of hills.
Is it worse than the Randburg one we've done?
Yeah, it's
okay, I never want to do this race ever in my life.
Have you ever driven up Northcliffe or looked at Northcliffe from afar? Yeah, we ran up Northcliffe.
It's like Sylvia's Pass on steroids.
It really is. Shit, there were 3 big climbs, and they were hard. But the nice thing is that after 14 k's, it was mostly downhill and flat. So just getting to that point was hell.
Only 2/3 of the race, were like complete uphill.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess it is
the
a
end
circle,
is quite
so it
nice.
has to eventually.
At the end of the day, you're always going to even out somewhere if you're doing if you're finishing the same place you start. So it's a good run.
The worst races are where it's super steep and then it evens out very slowly. So it's not like this. Oh, this is a chill downhill.
Well, yeah.
Or the other way around,
where it's super gradual
forever,
and it's like a steep downhill.
Yeah.
It's like no.
Yeah, I want to
balance it out.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was a good run. I enjoyed it.
What was your time?
And then here I am. Just over 2 hours.
Wow.
It's a lot of climbing.
That is a hard one for you then, because you've done way faster.
I think my best 21 is probably 1 hour 50. So doing 10 minutes slower,
hard, yeah.
Sure, it was a lot of... I mean, the elevation was 450 meters, which is...
The gain.
It's like double many of the 21s we've done.
That's quite a lot. That's nearly half a kilometer elevation.
Yeah.
My
was
God.
hectic. But I'm alive. I made it. I drove all the way to your secret location.
Yeah, listen, I offered to drive to you, and then Eskom had other plans.
So when we made plans this weekend, load shedding was on stage 2. Okay, and that was fine because I looked at the schedule. I'm like, okay, you're going to come record on Sunday. We're not going to get hits. It's fine. But then load shedding got pushed to stage 3. And then all of a sudden, I'm in the danger zone because what happened yesterday, Saturday, I think we were supposed to get load shed at 4. And 4 o'clock came along, and then there was power still. So I was like, oh, cool, maybe we're not going to get hits. And then an hour into our proposed load shedding, then the power cut. Yeah. So I had fears of making you drive all the way to us during my proposed load shedding. I had power, by the way.
Yeah.
But maybe we're busy recording and then the power cuts. God. And then it's we're recording on a laptop, but our soundboard needs to be powered. And then
gone, yeah.
There's just drama.
So this is why we need a soundboard with a battery.
With a battery. I mean, what powers that soundboard? Is it just a normal cable?
Normal plug, yeah.
Maybe we should just get a power bank.
I have no idea if that will work, but we need to try.
I was thinking about it on the way over. I'm like, surely we could power it with a power bank. I mean, how much power does a little thing draw? I don't know. The power
supply for this thing is pretty big.
I'm sure it actually requires quite a bit of power.
It would last 10 minutes on a power bank or something like that. But there are ones that are battery powered. Maybe we should have looked at one of those, but that was more expensive. So.
Yeah, who thought that we would have to investigate such options?
And then I know while you were driving here, it got downgraded to stage 2.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God! So that means you could have driven to.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eskom.
What a great Sunday. What a great Sunday.
That's fine though. I enjoyed my drive and just zoned out, long stretches of road. Monster. I bought you Monster.
I got the blue one because that's no sugar.
I love the voice note you sent me. I want the sugar-free. It's got the blue M, because apparently blue is less extreme than green.
I mean, that to me is this blue one, because I've tried, they have so many sugar-free ones. It's crazy.
So I've got the OG black can with the green
You've got the
logo.
Sam Porter Bridges one.
Yeah, the OG Death Stranding one.
Yeah.
When I was looking at that fridge, it was like, holy shit, how many different flavors of Monster are there now?
So the red one is sugar free, and that's like berries, and then the silver one is sugar free, and that's like blueberry, and then you get the orange one, which tastes like off-brand Oros. It's not great, also sugar free.
That's my jam.
Then the sugar ones actually have the best like alternate flavors. Like the OG one's good. Then you get this pink one, which is like fruit punch, real fucking good. Then that,
but it wasn't on promotion.
Then that Mexican looking one that like,
is it an orange can or
no? It's like blue and orange.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a breakfast cocktail. It's so good. It's
Breakfast
so
cocktail.
good. It's
the breakfast of champions.
Pretty great.
The garage specials though are
they're devious.
Absurdly devious. Yeah, because I was looking at it, I had no intention of buying myself a Monster. So I looked at it. It's like one can's 26 rand. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I look at the fridge door, but it's like, but you can buy 2 for 30 rand.
Did you go to the Shell up here?
The Shell, yeah.
You see, that's devious because
I'm paying 4 rand more. I'm like, well, of course I'm going to buy one.
No,
then.
but they've bamboozled you because I
know.
buy from there all the time.
And it's usually like 15 rand.
No, it's 18.
Okay.
So they're making you think
I got swindled.
Well, not really. You still save 6 rand.
Yeah.
By buying 2, but like the whole idea of it's only 4 rand. They fucked you. They did exactly what Take a Lot does.
There's another layer on the promotion where it's like you can get these 2 for 30 rand, and then you can add this limited edition Rossi can whatever
it's fucking awful
for an extra 7 rand. I was like, nah. Three is too much.
I did that once, and then I was like, oh, I see why they're putting this in there because this flavor sucks.
But the problem is I'm too polite. So when I get to the cashier, she's like, we have a special. I'm like, no, I don't need it. Don't make eye contact with me.
And I'm like, no, I only want 1 today. And then I love those ladies. They're really nice because I go there often, so they know me. And
they're like, it's the Monster guy.
They're always like, yeah, but what if you want one tomorrow? And I'm like, God damn it.
Why are you like this? No, so I had the 2. It was the third one. They're like, but you can get a third one for just 7 rand. I was like, no.
They're very good. They're very good. Yeah, no, I like them. They used to know me because I used to have a card there that would always give the machines trouble for some reason. Oh. So they would always know, okay, this is the guy. So not only were you the dude who always buys Monster, you're that asshole with a card that didn't work. Yeah, yeah. That's how they got to know. So whenever you walk in, they're like, it's that Monster asshole. Yeah, basically, yes. You're like, good morning, I'm here for 1 Monster. Like, let's make him buy 2. Let's make him buy 2 and then fuck up his card.
And then, no. She's like,
it's a good time. That shell's treated me well.
It's a good time. Having a show, I think one thing you and I both have in common that not many people do is that, okay, I don't live with my mom anymore, but when I did, there was a Shell like 100 meters away. Yeah. There's nothing
is it
more.
Still there?
Yeah. There's nothing more convenient than having a garage right there.
I mean, yours is way closer.
It's way closer, but I mean, yours is a short drive as well. It's not far.
Yeah, whenever I'm craving a Monster, I go there. I mean, you where you used to live was dangerous because you had the Shell. Then literally across the road, you had a KFC and a Debonair's.
K-Swizzles.
And then literally not even a 3-minute walk was Princesa. And then a 5-minute walk was
Ottimo.
Ottimo.
Weirdly enough, so they make really good pizza. That's an OG Italian restaurant. So they make
been there forever.
Really good pizza. And they've been there like longer than I've been alive. Yeah. And I've only eaten there like 3 or 4 times. Really? I don't know why. It's just
you ordered from Debonair's more than Ottimo.
Yeah, well, Debonair's is right over the road.
Monster. You're a monster.
I was a kid. Leave me alone. Oh, what I lie. I was a teenager. I was an early 20-year-old. Leave me alone.
The KFC's moved now to like across the road.
It's the corner. It's over the road from the Shell now.
But now you live in a much fancier upstate place with craft.
Well, yeah, there's no
craft toasted cheese.
That cheesy toast, so good. There's no fast food near us. We have to drive up to Rosebank.
You live very close to your yayas, and I'm very jealous.
We go to Parkhurst way too often. It's so casual yayas and followed by Paul's ice cream.
It's so delicious.
Have a little halloumi euro for 55 rand.
Oh my god.
We drove past. We actually wanted to go there for dinner last night, but hey, Eskom, load shedding, they were closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one's very small.
That's sad though, because all the other places in Parkhurst were open, so no lights. But most of the other
early.
I think it depends on if they're busy or not. But I mean, it's a Saturday evening. You're gonna have people buying from you.
We went once there. Okay, it was during the week. And we went once and it was 5 o'clock, and they said they were closing.
We've noticed recently that their operating hours are like very unpredictable.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And it's actually a bit frustrating because we go very often, and like our Sunday tradition over the past 3 months, I'd say, has been we go to Yaya's, we'll share a wrap, because on a Sunday you'll have a lunch or something, and it's a big lunch, but you don't really want like a full dinner, so we'll just have something small. So we usually go like 7:30, get something from there, then go to Paul's. But now we've noticed the last 1 or 2 times we've been, Yaya's is just closed. Like, wow, what do they just decide like,
they're just like, yeah, whatever.
We're just closing. But then they get load shed and they can't operate when they're load shedding, when there's load shedding. So it's like this poor business is going to suffer and probably close at this rate. So
yeah, and they're small as well.
Why Eskom? Why are you like this?
We went to the one in Bedford, and that one's huge. It's like a full-on restaurant.
Where's the one in Bedford?
There used to be a club called Alive or something like near the very close to where the news cafe is and where that doctor is.
Okay. So that hurt. There's one in Stonebridge, not Stonebridge, Greenstone as well.
Oh, is it?
It's in one of those like outlying group of shops outside Greenstone Mall. No, it's not Stonebridge. It's so I know there's Greenstone, Stonebridge, and there's like another set of malls like 300 meters away. I mean, not malls, a set of shops or whatever.
Well, I was happy that when I went to the Bedford one, it was like the same.
Yeah,
like, I had the food and I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I came for. Yeah. My parents got that veggie platter that you and Lenska got. Also
good,
didn't finish it because it's fucking so much good.
Our only criticism of that platter is that a lot of the stuff's very fried.
It's so deep fried.
But it's so good.
so good. We ordered so much pizza for the table.
It's divine.
Yeah, it was good.
Greek food.
Yaya's is great. Sponsor us, Yaya's.
Sponsor us.
Greek food.
Give us plates. We'll throw them on the ground live.
My God.
Oh my God.
This Checkpoint Chat, we don't throw plates, but we play video games.
We throw Prager rolls because we're
that's actually more of a mission to podcast. Clean up. Like, think of all the flour everywhere.
Why do no Portuguese brands endorse us? We're both Portuguese.
I know. Just give us flour.
Epa.
Today's episode
give us flour so we can snort it.
Oh, today's episode is brought to you by Ukal.
Ukal,
the chocolate milk thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Leche.
Leche. That's the Brazilian way, but yes.
Oh my God! Shh! Don't tell the Portuguese people.
It's been quiet the past few weeks, release-wise. Yeah.
It's been nice because I've been spending time with Dark Souls 3. But,
still chipping away at that.
Yeah, chipping away at Dark Souls 3. I'm about...
Last week you said you were around like halfway.
Yeah, I think I'm on the final stretch now. So if you don't know the basic premise of Dark Souls, the primary objective... besides that, the primary objective is that you need to get the ashes of all 5 Cinder Lords for reasons.
That's edgy as fuck.
So I've got all of the ashes now, which means I think I've got all the ashes, which means I'm on my way to the final area, basically. So I'm about 28 to 30 hours.
So wait, what you're saying is Dark Souls 3 is a Metroidvania? Or Mega Man?
It's not quite that, but I think there are certain areas you can visit before others. Like it's a Mega Man. You have a certain choice. Well, not choices, sorry. Where you have moments where it's like, I could explore this area or go explore that one.
Okay.
So I guess it is a little bit like...
It's sort of like the original Dark Souls, like you can go to the right where you want to go, or you could go to the left where there's all these skull things and they fucking one-shot you. Yeah.
Shit, I'm enjoying the game so much to the point where I was on my Switch the other day and I saw that the original Dark Souls was on sale. I was like,
and it's like $300
it would be
or something.
So nice to have this game on the go.
I was thinking about it as well.
I don't think it'd be nearly as polished or anything because it's obviously the first in the series, but just the thought of having it with me, like, oh.
I was thinking about it. I was like, do I want this on Switch or do I want it on PS4 where the frame rate is like double?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, reality is I probably would just buy it. Although I don't know if I don't have any intention to play Dark Souls 1, so...
It's good. It's probably the hardest in the series as far as I can tell.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Are you sure? Shh, I got up to the gargoyles and those things, like you're fighting a gargoyle on a roof And then when you get the one down to half health, the second gargoyle appears.
Oh, my favorite.
And then you can always fall off the roof.
Yeah.
So that's a great boss fight.
I have, I think, 10 falling deaths in my current run. And most of them unprovoked. It's me running off the cliff.
You just sprinting and you're like, oh.
No, there was the one that happened this week. I was on my way to a boss fight, and there's a shortcut where you have to like fall down onto ledges. And I don't know what happened, but I panned the camera, and I thought I was just going to fall to the one ledge below, but I sprinted right over it. I was like, oh.
There should be an animation in these games like Roadrunner and Coyote, where he runs off the ledge and he looks down and he runs in the air and runs back to the ledge. You know?
Imagine. It would be nice if there was a bit of some Sekiro love. Well, I mean, Sekiro came out after, but Sekiro, you fall off a cliff, you just teleport back, you lose a bit of health.
I think that's the preferred way.
Nice modern day solution.
I wish Control did that. That was the one thing about Control that pissed me so. Like,
who knew Control the Souls like of
especially like right at the end where you're doing that like very heavy combat area where you keep floating upwards and going. Man, the amount of times I fell off there, I was just like, "Fuck this game."
I had moments where I was floating, and you can't float forever. You come down.
Yeah,
it's like, oh God, please make it to the ledge.
I could not believe that falls were instant deaths in that game. Whatever.
So I've been playing some Dark Souls. Been playing some Pokemons.
Complete opposite.
Pokemon Shield. Yeah, Pokemon the complete opposite of Dark Souls. This game is not hard.
No, it's
like
it's really
so.
Easy.
For context, this is my first.
Got Shield.
I've got Shield. So this is the first Pokemon mainline. I mean, there are spin-offs, but this is the first main Pokemon game I've played in probably. I don't know, like
when was your last one?
Years,
Pokemon Yellow.
The OG Game Boy one. And
Red and Blue.
I didn't finish it. I just borrowed it one day from a friend, and that is like my only touch point with Pokemon.
And you never played the remake?
No, just over the years I've never like I enjoy Pokemon and I know enough about it, but I've never been I suppose enticed to buy the games on the DS or No, I've never been Darren. I mean,
have you seen how Jack Darren is?
Darren is going to break me in half. Next time he's in Job, he's like, "Oh, hey, mate."
Be like, no, you don't like Pokemon.
What? It'll just break my back.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is that I don't know like much. Oh, and I've played Pokemon Go. No, not
the one on the phone?
Yeah, I mean, I've played that a bunch, but
I know you keep refusing to open my presents.
I should just because they should have an open all presents button and a send all presents button.
I agree with that.
It would be so much easier.
I 100% agree with that.
So the long and the short of what I'm trying to get to is that I don't know Pokemon enough to be like, oh yes, fire counts as ice, and then like water counts as like I know the basics because you can put two in.
Count ice?
I don't know. I think so. I could be wrong.
Ice counts as fire.
No, water counts as fire.
That makes no sense.
Water puts
ice
fire
just
out.
Solid water.
Yeah, but then fire melts ice.
Then it becomes water, and then it
damages it. So then I don't know. Okay, this is I don't know. My point is that like for the most part, you can figure out the counters if you put two and two together. Like water will.
Have you done science at school before?
Yeah. Yes. Do you have a degree in science? You'll be a Pokemon master. But I don't know any of that stuff, and I'm still breezing my way through this game purely because the party I have are just 5 to 10 levels higher than what I'm fighting. So I'm just brute forcing my way through all of the fights, and like I'm having fun, but there's really no challenge. Like I haven't died once. There's been maybe once early on in the game where I think I severely overestimated
one of those wild Pokemon.
Yeah, and then I think my party was like very beat up. Yeah. And I was like, oh God, I'm actually going to die, and I didn't. But it's like very easy. So literally the opposite of Dark Souls. But despite that, I'm having a great time because Pokemon is the thing of you got to catch them all. So the basic premise, if you don't know, of Pokemon game is that you are a novice Pokemon trainer and you obviously want to be the very best, the best there ever was.
Of course. So
in order to do that, you have to go and collect a whole lot of gym badges from existing leaders. But between doing all of those challenges, you're running along areas and just collecting new Pokemon. But I haven't changed my core party at all. Like maybe I've had one or two substitutes, but for the most part, I'm just running the party I started with because I had them when they were little. So like, for example,
Who was your
my starter was
Scorbunny.
Scorbunny. Okay. And you sort of get attached to like, okay, this is my Pokemon. Then it evolves, and it's like, oh, cool, like it's a badass Pokemon now. He's in his third evolution.
Is he got I've heard he's got the best third evolution out of all.
Yes, I think it's called Cinderace. Cinderace. I don't know.
Okay, I'm googling.
Just Google it. But he's a fire Pokemon.
Obvious.
But despite if I'm fighting a water Pokemon, like maybe I'll have a hard time. But the fact of the matter is, I'm so overpowered that I can just use my strongest attack and kill almost anything.
So
like
you're not even having to worry about matchups. Okay.
No. But yeah, so I've got that criticism that it's too easy. But I mean, is Pokemon meant to be challenging?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a difficult thing because it's like. They Pokemon games. That's it. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking Pokemon.
That's a pretty fucking good looking Pokemon.
So the Pokemon today, it's an interesting place because the target market is essentially really people who grew up with it.
Yeah.
And kids as well. So it's like, what do they do? You know, what is the middle ground? But it seems like they've sort of leaned towards the latter. So it's still very kid-friendly, which is fun. What the heck is that?
Sorry, I'm looking at pictures.
Alessandra's looking up Sobble evolutions. We've got a sad cat photoshopped onto a...
But yeah, I know what you mean, because like when I played Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, it was the same thing. It's like really, really basic and simple. And that like... I sort of wish Pokemon had difficulties in a way. So that like... If I wanted a better, you know, a more of a challenge, like I could have that without it infringing on, like, because it is for kids.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
Look, at the end of the day, so this game's got 400 Pokemon, I think, in total before the DLC.
I think so. Damn.
Oh, that's actually quite a nice evolution. Yo, the glow up on Sobble is real.
Inteleon,
damn.
This is the Pokemon that they gave a sniper rifle to in the DLC.
What? Okay.
Yeah. With a sniper.
So with regards to a difficulty, my what I can't quite understand is that I don't think it'd be that hard a thing to implement, because if you were to ramp up the difficulty, surely it would be a thing of you just make the Pokemon out in the wild a higher level. You know, it sort of bring them into line with what you are, or make them sort of, you know, the way I see it, if you were to balance this game and make it a lot harder, you could make the Pokemon that players encounter much higher level, forcing them to like, oh, I need to use this Pokemon to counter this Pokemon, because despite this one being a lot stronger, it's weak to this element or whatever.
Because I don't think the AI is dumb.
No,
I don't think the AI. It's just not getting a chance to fight.
I mean, for the most part, it's like, oh, here's you can do this gym challenge against this lead or whatever, and my Cinderace is just one-shotting all they throw out a Pokemon, I do one-shot attack, kill it. Well, kill it.
That's exactly what happened on Let's Go Pikachu for me.
Second Pokemon, I go first, I one-shot it, it's faints. It's like rinse and repeat. So that's, I suppose, my biggest criticism of the game. But there are still some other things, like it's such a silly thing, but I find it very jarring that in today's age of gaming, that Pokemon has no dialogue. Like like the only reason it's so abrupt and it was drawn to my attention was the fact that when the game starts, it's like, I think it's the opening cinematic, you're in a stadium. Well, not you're just watching like the opening ceremony of a stadium.
Yeah.
And like the crowd are chanting and there's music. And then this dude walks out and he like starts speaking. Like you see his hands moving.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's President Rose or Mayor Rose.
He's
whatever.
got a great beard.
Yeah, he's got a glorious beard. So, but he starts, you see his mouth moving and his hands gesturing, but then it's just like
text,
a text box pops up. I'm like,
yeah.
It's such a silly thing to criticize, I know, but it was just such a weird thing. I'm like, oh, cool. Like I'm finally playing a Pokemon game, and he comes in and it's a text box. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But
I'm of two minds about, like, I get it, like that's just how it is, and it should evolve. But at the same time, like people were saying that about Zelda, and I was just like, it's really not phasing me at all. But then again, Zelda's cutscenes had voice dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing with Breath of the Wild for the most part, you're just running around in the open world doing your thing.
You're
but
not really talking mostly to people.
No, I mean, Link doesn't speak. Where's his voice?
Yeah, no, he's like Gordon Freeman, man.
He's a Gordon Freeman, yeah. But the point is that even Breath of the Wild was every now and then you'd have a cutscene, and then Zelda had
it was actually just more awkward in the cutscenes where Zelda would be talking to you and Link would just be fucking silent. And he'd be like,
you're the chosen one. You just stare.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
This flower's so red. It's like looking in the air. Like, what a terrible,
so I suppose in that context
boyfriend.
it's jarring. Yeah. And like I acknowledge it's a silly thing to criticize, but it's just, I don't know, maybe I just expected more.
It's something at this point you expected. No, I get that. I think like when I played Let's Go Pikachu, it was like, okay, I get this. It's harkening back to the original, whatever. They're not going to suddenly have all this voice acting. But I think at least for some of the main characters, I think it would get a bit difficult when you're facing a lot of the trainers along the roads that are all very similar to each other. Like that can be text.
That's my thing is like the gym leaders are almost bar maybe one or two. They're very like forgettable.
Not the gym leaders, just people.
No, but I'm saying, but the gym leaders become very forgettable because you have like the one fight with them and they might pop up every now and then, but I don't know what they sound like. They're just so...
Yeah, if they had dialogue, that'd be cool. And also like your rival and his brother and stuff.
Hop and
cool.
I don't remember what the main champions. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But look, despite that, like I said, it's scratching that sort of RPG itch where, although there's a difference, you can build your party from 400 different creatures. So I'm having a lot of fun. Just the moment I encounter a new Pokemon, I'm catching it and I'm just leveling up my existing party.
I think they could go... Oh, sorry, I'm still on this voice acting thing. I was just thinking of how Persona 5 does it, because Persona 5 swaps a lot between text and speech.
Yeah, but that's a good middle ground, though.
But the thing they do with the text is that every time text comes up, well, most times, not every time, they have the voice actor do a sound effect attributed to that.
Oh, yeah.
So if the text is like depressing or whatever...
But even that would make a difference, though.
So I always know, like, when Morgana, the cat, is speaking to me, I know Morgana's voice. Like, I know his sounds.
Yeah.
So even though I'm reading the text, I can sort of visualize it in his voice. You know what I mean?
You almost need a sound attributed to a character like a Pokemon has their sound when you throw them.
But like 8-bit sound is a good
Celeste,
sound.
sorry, I know we always talk about Celeste because Celeste is great. But Celeste, for example, text boxes, but no voice acting. But they have like improv, like just what's like verbal noises, and you sort of get the tone of what's happening. You know? So
like you
don't even have to
when
do
Madeline's mad and when she's sad and when when she's pleading with Madeline like to help her, it's fucking heartbreaking. And then when Theo goes YOLO, it's very funny.
YOLO, he actually says YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO.
So look, again, I acknowledge it's a silly criticism, but that's the one thing that just stood out for me.
But you're enjoying the game?
I mean, I've played nearly 20 hours, so I'm clearly enjoying the game.
I've heard the challenge does ramp up when you're done, because then you start doing things like
raids.
Then
I think when you start doing the raids and that, that's the end game.
Yeah, that's really, you need to start matching up and you need to breed Pokemon specific to that.
The breeding I haven't even looked at.
Apparently it's a far more accessible. I mean, I'm just basing this off conversations I've had with other players, but like a lot of other players who are like, I never engaged with this at all in previous games, and now they are really into the breeding part in this one. So I don't know, it could be your next big time sink. I just like how familiar it is, like when they talk about a raid in Sword and Shield, it's like, oh, this works the same way it doesn't go. Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool, because I play a lot of Pokemon Go still. So, well, my girlfriend plays a lot of Pokemon Go, and then I join her. Yeah.
At what point do we do a stage an intervention?
Have you seen the Valentine's Day Pokemon? It's terrifying. No. It's a shiny licky tongue.
Oh my god!
Like, could you get more?
What message are you
on the
sending
nose there? Yeah.
A licky tongue. Wow.
Shiny licky tongue.
Oh my.
Yeah. For Valentine's Day. It's specifically for Valentine's Day.
Okay. So I'm just about to get the 7th out of the 8th gym badge. I'm sort of like toward the end of the game now.
Well, I don't know. Let's Go Pikachu. It was like I got all the gym badges, then I had to fight the Elite Four, and that took a while.
Yeah, I don't know if
it's the same.
How to, because I think when you get the 8 gym badges, you have to then fight like the champion. I presume
in the stadium.
I don't know.
Have you Gigantamaxed your Pokemon?
Yeah. Gigantamax, yeah, I like the effect, but I'm like,
it's not necessary.
Yeah, and I like how they contextualize, like, oh, it's just in this region that there are pockets of energy that allow Pokemon to be like, okay.
It's like, why can't I Gigantamax him everywhere? Yeah,
no, that's why you can't do it in other regions, because apparently, I don't know.
I think the wild area is a pretty cool idea in Pokemon.
I haven't turned on the multiplayer, and I have heard that as a good, because I heard when the game came out, like the frame rate dropped and it was awful.
It still happens a bit, but I don't know. I'm only in the very first wild area, and it seems fine.
Okay. So you're seeing other players running around?
Yeah. I'm seeing other players run around. A lot of them have bikes, and I don't have a bike yet, so it's very sad.
The bike is life changing.
It is really cool seeing that. What is funny is you can do blind trades with other players. So I keep trying to do blind trades, and I've played for maybe 2 hours, so I have really terrible Pokemon. So I immediately do a blind trade. I see the guy, his Pokemon, and it just goes connection interrupted. It's like he backed out of the trade so quickly.
Nah, fam.
Yeah, it's so funny.
That is hilarious. Blind trades, holy shit! Yeah. I'd troll so much.
Exactly,
but I suppose everyone would.
And this is why they just cut the internet connection.
Can't believe this asshole's going to accept my Metapod, and you trade, and then he also gives you a Metapod. Like, we played each other.
I was giving them like level 1 Wooloos, and they were giving me like level 40 Pokemon, and I was just like, oh, cool.
Shit.
Yeah, so it's a good time. I'm still playing Sword every now and then. Have you got your Shield Elite Doggo yet?
Nope. Not yet.
We should get one each, and then we can trade. And then you can trade with Darren in Pokemon Home, which launched last week or something.
But I suppose we'll get to that in news. Pokemon Home.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. Was that this week or last week?
I have a feeling it was this week. I could be wrong though.
Okay.
So what have you been playing?
I've also so I wrote a bit about Dead Cells' new DLC, which came out this week.
Don't say the name; you'll make me want to go back.
It's called The Bad Seed, which is a weird name. So I jumped back into Dead Cells because I never ever finished it.
Rookie mistake.
And
I don't blame you.
Like you were saying before recording, I think because they've done so many updates to that game, I think they've like toned down the difficulty on your first run because I'm not breezing through it. Like it's still challenging, but I'm no longer getting fucked up in the first 2 areas like I remember.
I stand to be corrected, but I think there was a patch a few months ago that. So my one criticism of the game was that. So you know what a glass cannon build is, where
high damage,
you like very fragile, but you can like one shot everything. You can't do. I don't know if you still can do it, if you still can't do it, but you couldn't do builds like that because the way the enemies scaled, it almost made leveling up like redundant. So I think they've done away with that, and they've made the balancing a lot better. And I think that's why it comes across as like the game's a bit easier, but it's more that the enemies just aren't like ramping up the same way you are.
I think the feeling it's given me is like, oh, I'm making dodges. I still have to dodge. I still have to. I'm no longer. I can't just stand in front of an enemy and wail on them and expect to win. Like that. That's just
It's like what are you doing?
That's just not. That's not how Dead Cells works. But like, I feel like the window of me dodging and like the damage you take for mistakes isn't as harsh. So like at first I was dying a lot in the areas just before the concierge, like the ramparts and stuff like that. And now I'm reaching the concierge like pretty easily. And like I said to you yesterday, I got to the timekeeper or clockkeeper or whatever for the first time. I beat him the first time. And I remember you saying he was like a hard ass boss.
He was quite a hard boss, yeah.
So I mean, I still haven't finished it. The area after him completely wiped the floor with me.
Yeah.
And that is really disheartening. You're there and then you die and you're just like, oh.
But I came so far.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute run and you're just like, crap, man.
Yeah, but I think you beating the concierge, like you say, it's a lot easier now. Also, it's you learning the game. You sort of you're probably speccing your builds a lot better now, taking less damage, maybe being more reasonable with your points or your weapon choices. So
yeah, I'm still
confused
as to whether I should just like put all my points into like all of them into red or all of them into green, or like I don't know how to spec that way as efficiently yet. But like the build that got me really far yesterday was one where like I had a weapon that set enemies alight and all my other weapons did more damage on enemies that were burning. So it's like you got to spec that. Like you saw me fight the concierge now, and I was like,
you didn't feel
no,
like
I was doing like no damage to him because none of my weapons were working with each other. So, and that just sometimes the run you get, it's like these weapons just aren't working together. So
sometimes life gives you lemons.
Exactly. But the Bad Seed DLC, because it's like $80, it adds 2 new areas which are accessible from
the very beginning.
Yeah, so that starting area, you either go into the Toxic Sewers or the Promenade of the Condemned, or into this new area.
Okay.
And that new area straight away becomes like hard.
Oh shit!
I've gone into there 2 or 3 times, and I'm just like, I'm gonna come back here when I've finished this game. Like
I can't wait to play the DLC. You dive in like, I can't wait to be good enough to play the DLC.
It's so hard. It's like, I don't know why, but it is just extremely challenging. So that's there, I guess, for players who've beaten Dead Cells. They're like, oh, I want to take a new path to the end game. Yeah.
I think veterans, like, Dead Cells is an addiction. You get so into the game. I mean, you know, when I played it back in the day, I played a good 30 to 35 hours, and I was just doing it every evening, doing a run. And I think I eventually reached a ceiling. I was like, you know what, it's a little bit, I don't really want to put the time in to, defeat this boss, whatever. But I think the veterans who play it, they know the game inside out, so they had to put something into, like really challenge them.
Yeah, and like what better way to challenge than when you're starting out and you don't have your build ready, like give you a really challenging area.
Goddamn. I actually want to YouTube like actual experts playing the game, because I mean, rolling, when you get a roll off, it's very satisfying, but I'm not at the point where I'm just dodging everything. I'm still taking hits, and I'm sure there are people out there who are just like, no enemies back to front, to dodge everything.
Hits, yeah. There's some new things that I found. So, there used to be doors in areas where you had to get to them in a certain time. So I don't know if those have been all moved, but they used to be part of like regular levels. Now they're always in the in-between areas, where you heal and spend your... So now before you go to the guy who you spend cells on, there's 2 doors. One which is time-based and one which is like... take no damage and kill 30 enemies.
So it's a whole nother door.
Yeah.
So if you're good enough, you could... but see, they're clever to make it kill enemies, because you
got to seek them out.
You have to balance out. If you want to try get both, I don't know if it's possible.
Probably is.
You need to obviously be quick and kill 30 enemies. So people would 100% do that, actually.
Oh, yeah, they'd manage that, yeah. And scales. So like it's like, 2 minutes for the first door, then 30 enemies, and then next time you get to a thing, it's like 6 minutes and 60 enemies. So you've got to keep that chain going, because if you get hit, like regaining that chain will be very difficult.
But it's actually nice that they incentivize people so one thing that, well, it didn't frustrate me, but the one habit I fell into was like, okay, I need to get through this level as quick as possible because I want to get into that time door. Whereas like it kind of just forced me to rush through every level. Whereas the kill all the enemies one, it's like, okay, I can take my time as long as I'm killing 30 enemies and not taking damage there. And, you're still getting a reward for it, which is actually really cool.
And it's nice that it's in the in-between sort of rooms, because I hated it when it was in the level and you had to find it. You've got to run
there, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it was randomized, so you didn't know where it was. And so I found this solution a lot better. I think that's from a previous update.
They've put a lot of love into this game.
Because I haven't played it. I saw the last time I played it was in 2018. So like I'm catching up a lot.
It's that old.
Updates,
I mean, that's when I was playing it then.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing like basically you messaged me to say, hey, I'm on my way. I'm like, I could get a run of Dead Cells in. And I did. I died.
And I arrived, and there you were, playing Dead Cells.
Playing Dead Cells. So yeah, it's good for that. I'm really enjoying it again, and like falling down that rabbit hole. I just needed a sort of like change of pace from Celeste, because like I'm now in the B side of chapter 5 of Celeste, and I'm just like, I need a break.
Is that the temple?
Yeah. I just needed a break because I was getting frustrated. So, but yeah, still good. And Dead Cells is good. I like these pixel things. Dead Cells feels at first I was like, man, this feels kind of clunky, and then you get used to the rhythm, and it's like,
you get a feel for that game.
God,
it feels so good.
So good. Like the jumps.
There's a reason I was going to bed late every night I was playing, because I'll do a run and I die. I'm like, oh, damn it! Like, let me just start again. You know, because it's just so fun.
Oh, and I found the beauties of Nintendo Switch online saves now. So Dead Cells supports that. So I finished up a game here like on Thursday, and then I was at Shani yesterday, and she has the Switch Lite.
She just synced it.
Yeah, so I bought her a memory card recently so I could download more games on there. So I just downloaded Dead Cells because it hadn't been downloaded. Downloaded the cloud save data because I've got my accounts in there, and just carried on playing.
So does she have her own account, or are you both just sharing?
She has her own account, but I've made hers the primary.
Okay.
So mine always has to authenticate. But I can still because it shares the Nintendo Switch online thing. I can still.
Okay.
So when I was done there and I was leaving, I just manually uploaded my.
I wish it was automated, but it is cool that it does support it. So.
And then when I got home, it's like, hey, you've got cloud data, but your local data is like out of sync, and I'm just like, no, just use the cloud data because I know.
Yeah.
And then I picked it up. Yeah, it was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is how cloud saves should always work.
This is how Nintendo should operate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I hate that you have to pay for Nintendo Switch Online just for that functionality, but at the same time, I was like, hey, I could basically play Dead Cells on two different. It's good.
It's a good time.
Playing on the Lite is so nice. Like,
it's so hard to go back.
It's really
whenever
hard
I hold the OG Switch, I'm like, oh my god, it's so big.
The only thing that's nice on the OG Switch is the screen size. Like that is a nice, but man, the ergonomics of the lights are just something
really
else.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's real good. Oh,
and then
what else have you been playing?
I've been playing a game. So I don't know how to pronounce this name. Wolcen?
It's Christopher Wolcen.
That's how I pronounce it. That
Wolcen.
Christopher Wolcen. Yes. But Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem, which you probably might... Listen, I hadn't heard of this game until this week.
I hadn't heard about this game either, but then John Michael sent me a trailer one evening, and he literally just put the trailer and he said, dude, ... And then again, dude, ... I was like, okay, let me watch this trailer. And I watched it, I was like, this looks like... So have you seen the trailer, or did you just start playing the game?
The trailer, yeah.
So in terms of the story, I was like, okay, this seems very like it's like generic. It's like your brother and sister, and there's something happening. But what blew me away from the trailer is how beautiful the game was. It's like, sorry for the comparison, but it looks like Diablo, but it's like a super, super pretty Diablo. Like,
so that's essentially what it is at the moment. It's a action RPG that borrows heavily from Diablo and I guess Path of Exile in the way, but it's made in the Cry engine. That's what, the Wang engine,
programmed by Sobel.
And that's I mean, an engine isn't the sole reason games look pretty. Artists have to do a lot, but that game looks real good. Like it looks like a next gen ARPG.
Artists make games look real good, but they need the engine to help them get there.
And this is a studio in France. It's their first game.
So where did this game come from? Because it's also, I heard about it this week, and it's like also out this week.
So it was kickstarted under a different name called Umbra, and that reminded me of like, oh, I've seen this game before.
Because I hadn't heard about it, and do you see how much it made on Kickstarter?
Yeah, it made a lot of money.
$450,000. Like that's quite a lot for a Kickstarter project.
So it succeeded on Kickstarter, and it's been in Steam Early Access for 4 years now.
Shit.
It's a long time. And now it's finally out, so it's got all three of its acts and whatever. And it's had a bit of a rough launch. Like, I don't think... so firstly, this is a small team in France. First game ever. They even called Wolcen Studios. Which makes
Christopher Wolcen Studio.
It makes writing about them very confusing.
Oh my God.
It's like if Crysis was made by the studio called Crysis. It's very confusing. But basically, I think they underestimated the appeal of the game, so their servers have just been hammered.
I looked at Steam. I don't know what the page is, but it's like Steam stats. This game is in the top 10 of concurrent players. So just obviously like number 1 Counter-Strike, number 2 Dota. So those are hundreds of thousands of people PUBG, but in like 8th or 9th place was this game with like 80,000 people. Yeah. So if you're a small studio, you are like, how do you prepare for this? That's probably way more people than I thought they would ever.
Yeah, it suddenly just got like spoken about tons this week. So I think that helped. But so The irritating thing is that you can obviously play online with other people, but your offline characters and online characters are separate pools. So if you play offline, I can't take that character online.
Oh, that's
You have to restart the
with
game
an online character.
which is, correct me if I'm wrong, Diablo didn't do that.
No, you could bounce. You could play solo.
It was like
or,
drop in, drop out. Like,
I mean, I don't know. If maybe in Diablo 3, the original launch, maybe
I knew the separation was seasonal characters.
Yeah.
So if you're playing a seasonal character, that's a brand new one for that season.
Yeah.
But I remember playing single player, and then like, a friend like wants to jump in, so you just jump in.
Yeah.
So that initially is an annoying thing, and like I haven't been able to play online because the servers have been, yesterday they were down for maintenance for like 12 hours, and when I was playing they were still down.
The game launched this week. How can the servers be down for maintenance?
So I'm super glad I didn't start an online character because I had no access to them.
Yeah. So you've just been playing offline then?
Yeah, I've just been playing offline. I'm in the first act still. It's pretty... Okay, so the hook about this game is that there are no character classes. Your abilities... Your main ability is determined by the weapon you equip.
Okay.
And you can always equip whatever weapon you want at any point in time. And then you collect skills almost like loot. So you'll get a skill, you'll put it in your inventory, and then you can either sell the skill to like a mage, or you can use it to make it, assign it to yourself. And the skills are tied to certain weapon types. So it's like, this skill can only be used if you currently equipped a staff or a pistol or this and that. So you can do some really cool things with like, I can be a mage where I can have a sword in one hand, like a one-handed sword, and a catalyst, which allows me to still use magic. So I can use skills that are based for melee attacks and ones that are for mages specifically. And then I can start doing interesting things because like your meter... You don't have like like in Diablo, based on the character you chose, you'd have a mana meter or a rage meter or whatever. This one, you have a meter, which is split in half between willpower and rage. And as you consume abilities that use willpower, like magic, your rage builds, and vice versa.
Okay, so you have to sit and balance them out.
Exactly. So like when I was playing like half melee, half mage, I would fire off tons of my spells, build up tons of rage, then use like abilities that used rage, and it would build up my willpower again. So I could like balance between that. But then I found like it was a bit weird because my sword attacks were building rage. So if I went into a fight and hit people with my sword, I suddenly couldn't cast spells.
Okay.
So there's like so much weird flexibility with the way you're able to build your character that I really, really like that because... like in Diablo, I've recently just played Diablo on Switch again, so that's why I'm comparing it quite a bit. Like, it got really boring really fast because I could only equip certain amounts of weapons. My attacks were always mostly the same, and the abilities I was getting were the same, and then I just attached modifiers onto them. Yeah. So the incentive to change was not really.
Yeah, one thing I didn't really enjoy about Diablo is the fact that the weapons you pick up are like purely cosmetic.
Yeah, completely.
You don't actually... So I could be playing a witch doctor. I mean, I don't know how things have changed, but I could be playing a witch doctor and pick up a really nice sword that I just hold in my hand, but I never actually get to use. Yeah. But it's got some good stats.
So like, it's just there. It's giving you damage or whatever.
And I'm just casting spells the whole time.
No, this one, if I equip a sword, my left click is suddenly a different attack.
That's really cool.
So that's really cool. And then you can do... So then you've got a whole other thing. So... Your skills that you unlock have modifiers attached, so the more you use a skill, the more it upgrades, and then you attach modifiers. You can even get to a point where you can duplicate skills. So you can have 2 of the same skill in your current like active inventory, but that have different modifiers attached. So say if I have 2 fireball spells, this fireball does more damage, but this one slows enemies or something like that. Then you've got, when you level up, you have 4 attributes like agility, toughness, whatever. What I love about this is that it's not specific to a certain class. So normally like intellect, you'd be like, that's for spellcasters.
For a mage or something,
But it's not. So what intellect here is used for is the chance for status ailments to be cast when you're doing damage. Agility is the same. It's like it increases your attack speed no matter what sort of... So right now I'm playing a mage, but I'm building strength and agility because strength is upping my critical hit chance and agility is increasing my attack speed.
That's cool.
So what's cool is that no matter if I change from a mage to a sword, if I halfway through the game want to become a melee fighter, I can do that.
You can do that, yeah.
And I don't have to respec. I can just be like, okay, cool. These things just apply now.
Yeah.
You know? And then you've got a whole like skill tree, sort of like, have you seen Path of Exile? It's like massive. So it's like this massive thing with nodes and whatever. But what's cool is that these nodes sit on like, I think they're like 4 rings.
Yeah.
So normally if you like chose a node, you were kind of like locked into that path and you just had to like follow that path. So this one, you can follow that path and be like, okay, I don't like where it's leading in the second ring, rotate it. So you can rotate it and follow a completely different tree.
That's
and
cool.
you can change the position of those rings at any point.
Shit, that's cool. So there's a lot of customization.
So like the character customization and the ability to create the character you want is the real, like it feels next gen here. Like there's no ARPG I've played that kind of allows you this sort of freedom.
Yeah.
The problem is that the game itself is pretty boring and like, well, not boring actually, that's the wrong word, but pretty standard outside of that. Like the enemies I'm facing are pretty standard. It's more challenging from the get-go than Diablo, which is nice. You've got like this spacebar rolls you in a direction, so I feel like I have to watch enemies' attacks and telegraph them and get out of the way. I can't just like sit there and just click or whatever. So that's nice, but like I'm still just like I'm casting spells and clicking, and it's like it's fine.
It's mindless.
Yeah, it is quite mindless, and the areas are the same, like really gothic-y, high fantasy stuff. There's no, the story and the setting aren't drawing me in a way. So that's like
Well, from the trailer already, I was like, the story seems like very...
It's not that great. And the loot itself is not that great either. Like, I'm not picking up things and going, oh my God, this is crazy
holy shit.
good. Yeah. My enjoyment right now is like me coming up with new builds on the fly. Like yesterday, I was just like, I want to try this sword and catalyst build. And then I went back to my staff, and then I tried something else. Like, and I'm like finding ways to balance all my abilities and stuff. That's where the fun is coming in.
That's cool. It looks... really cool regardless.
I'm still in Act 1, so things could change. But just from Act 1, I'm like, man, the character custom, like Diablo should learn from this. Yeah. In a way. Like if you can have Diablo's world building and intrigue with this sort of character customization, it's incredible.
Diablo 4 being helmed by what's his name?
Rod Ferguson.
Rod Ferguson.
Yeah.
So let's see where that franchise goes.
Yeah. So that it's cool. It's cheap. It's like $220.
It is. I think that is a benefit of our Steam store though, because I think it should be like $40. Yeah, it should be $40.
It should be $600,
and it is like
rand,
$300.
I think its price. It's well worth looking into. Right now, especially because they haven't. I mean, Path of Exile, a lot of people love, but I know the love has waned in the past few years. And Diablo 3, there are still people who play it, but like Diablo 4 still ways off. So I think this is a good stopgap. And again, it's doing new things while also looking incredibly beautiful.
Yeah,
so,
it is. Yeah. That's one thing that stood out for me is how pretty. I mean, now that you've told me it's in the Cry engine, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That is an engine that supports visuals of that level.
Like when you see my mage like casting a fire spell, it looks fucking great.
You put your sunglasses and like,
exactly. Yeah.
Whoa, I can feel the heat coming from my monitor.
That's fun. I'm having fun, and I'm going to play lots more today. Cool. So I just wish the online worked a bit better.
Yeah. Today.
And I've seen lots of reports of bugs. I haven't encountered any. The one bug that which doesn't seem like a bug, it just seems like a design decision. Some enemies are so small that my left click just doesn't hit on them. So I'm just like trying to click around them.
To design.
And my character keeps moving around them. I'm like, I just want to fucking attack you. Like,
that is hilarious.
It's very annoying.
Imagine that happening in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, where are you?
Just like swiping, like slashing your sword in midair. Like, hey.
That shit happens in Dark Souls as well. You know, in like Bloodborne, there's those weird creatures that like scurry away, and if you don't kill them quick enough, you won't get their like bloodstone or whatever.
Yes.
So Dark Souls has that version as well. It's these little creatures that scurry away that have like gems, whatever. And it depends on the weapon you have. Sometimes you'll just swing over them, like, no, come back,
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. But that's I think if John Michael and you purchase that,
we've been thinking about it. But the co-op, is it only 2-player? Was
no,
it more?
Three.
Oh, is it 3?
Yeah.
I thought the story was like you're a brother and sister or something.
No, you 3
siblings.
Yeah, 3 siblings.
Oh, see, the trailer never gave me that impression. But maybe that's
the story's not good. I
brother.
I don't like the story at all. Like, it was also like I made a character, and like when they talk like there's character portraits. My character portrait is just like this black silhouette. It's like, guys, come on. Like, come on.
Before we get to releases, though, do you want to have a word from our sponsors?
Oh yeah, we should. This episode is sponsored, so
we'll be right back.
Today's episode of Checkpoint Chat is brought to you by Dreams, an all-new title from the same studio who brought you incredible games like Little Big Planet and Tearaway. If you've played either, you'll know that Media Molecule, the masterminds behind these delightful projects, are prone to making some truly memorable and imaginative experiences. Isn't that right,
That's
Matty?
correct. Dreams is no different in that regard, except it's not your traditional kind of game. In fact, while it does include its own campaign, its main hook is that it's a suite of tools that gamers can use to make all kinds of content. In Media Molecule's own words, we believe that making video games should be for everyone and have the same accessibility and pleasure as playing with a camera, a guitar, or a pencil. Something you can start to learn just by picking it up. Dreams allows players to create anything from games to gadgets, music to movies, puzzles to paintings, and everything in between and beyond, all from their own sofa with just a PS4. And Dreams isn't just a space to get creative. It's a platform where you can share and collaborate with others or just play and explore the creations of people around the world.
It's pretty cool. All those cool creations I've been seeing people make. I'm down. I'm down to see what...
Even me.
I want to see what you make.
Oh my God.
Digital
I'm just there to play games.
Yes. You can explore the imaginations of others and bring your own dreams to life. That's a good catchphrase. I like that. It's out now exclusively on PS4. You can pick it up digitally or at your favorite local retail store. Get creative. Make your own dreams.
Get dreams.
We're back.
It was the quickest pause ever.
Quickest.
We made eye contact for at least 3 seconds. Okay, that's enough.
At least 3 seconds.
It's enough. Let's get back to
thank
game
you for reminding
releases.
me about that, because I totally would have forgotten.
It's happened before where I'm like, oh shit, we forgot to like actually put a spot, and then I listen to the episode. It's with us talking, then surprise ad.
Yeah, it's just like
Just have to find a place to slot it in.
Where I can like cut it.
So what is out this week?
Games releases. We're looking at games from February 15th to February 21st. It's not that much.
Big release last week though.
Dreams, yeah,
apparently
which is
really
doing
good.
super well. So very happy about that.
Coincidentally, this episode brought to you by Dreams.
Coincidentally,
but you know that already.
Yeah, so you should. Well, you should know that already. Games coming out. This one is a surprise one because it wasn't on the list last week. Corruption 2029.
Wow.
You ever heard of that Mutant Year Road Zero?
Is that South African government simulator?
Whoa. Too real.
Relatable.
Just a week after Sona.
No. Yes. Oh, it's the same studio. Mutant.
Same devs. They're making another tactical strategy game, XCOM-like, and this one looks cool. So it's out on PC on February 17th. It looks rad.
Oh boy.
Hunt Showdown, February 18th on PS4. It's been out on PC for a while, I think.
That rings a bell. Oh, the big release this week.
Yeah, well, 2 big releases.
All in one package, though.
Sega and Capcom bringing it in here. Bayonetta and Vanquish 10th Anniversary Bundle coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Did you play Vanquish?
18th. Yes.
Enjoy it.
It's short, but it's very good.
I had it on PS3. It was one of those games I bought from BT Games, like secondhand. And I think I played about an hour, and I don't know why, I just fell off, despite loving it. I think I just had too much to play at the time.
It's a fucking great game. And then Bayonetta 1 is...
Bayonetta 1?
Awesome.
I think I played that like a year or two ago. Really good game.
Really good game. For some reason I thought this was coming to Switch as well. Maybe I was wrong, but it just says PS4, Xbox One, yes. So I don't know. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition coming to Switch.
Now, coming to Switch.
The big thing with this is that it's got modes in exclusive to the Switch version, which people are like both excited and pissed about.
Wow.
So like, Devil May Cry 3 initially wouldn't allow you to swap weapons and styles.
Yeah.
Which to me blows my mind because I'm like, I can't... In my mind, that was never the case. Like, I don't remember it being like that. So that's the first change coming to Switch. It will be more in line with like Devil May Cry 5 where you can swap styles and weapons mid-combo if you really want to. Then the third one is a co-op mode. Ooh. So you get the Bloody Palace, which is a staple in every Devil May Cry game. It's like a combat arena.
Yeah.
But this one, you'll be able to play local co-op where one player plays as Dante and the other as Virgil.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's like was never in the original release, and it's only on Switch. So
that's why people pissed.
Well, they're pissed because they're like, why isn't this not on the PS4 version either?
Well, when did the Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition come out on PS4?
A while ago.
I don't know.
Get a Switch.
Okay, buy a Switch.
So yeah, that's out on February 20th, and I'm pretty stoked about that, to be honest. Then we've got Dungeon Defenders Awakened, Steam Early Access on February 21st. And that's it.
Is that it? Oh,
look at the next week, 2 Point Hospital on Switch.
We are getting ever closer.
Get 2 Point Hospital on the Switch Lite for Lenska. I remember her loving that game.
She did enjoy it.
Oh,
good lord. We're getting very close to March though, which has
March is
then it's just downhill for the rest of the year with all these releases.
Look at March. Division 2 expansion, Ori, Neo,
Ori,
Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx.
Ooh.
Persona Royale.
And then April.
Resident Evil
3, Final Fantasy 7.
These lists will grow.
Take it away. There's too much to play.
Should we get to news?
News, yes. Oh, one thing we forgot to mention last week, which was pointed out to me by John Michael, is that the Warcraft 3
the
remake,
remastered thing,
not doing so hot.
Yeah, it's not. It's
very sad.
It's not been
sad affair state. It's just weird to think that Blizzard are perceived the way they are today, when like 3-4 years ago they were like the best they've ever been. I'd say when around the launch of Overwatch, was when Blizzard was like, holy shit, this company can do no wrong. And now it's like,
it's just not.
There's just disaster after disaster. So
it's not
interesting.
Great.
What other news is there?
E3, remember that?
No. Yeah.
E4.
Ooh, E4.
So they had a week. Basically, Jeff Keighley, you know that
not
guy?
Going.
Yeah, first time ever, because he's been to every E3 ever. He's not going to be producing the E3 Coliseum show, which he's done for the past 2 or 3 years, I think. And he's like not going to the event. And the reason he cited was he's not really liking the sort of direction the show's going in. And I guess, you know, he's more privy to information that isn't out there already, considering they've pitched him plans on, you know, what the show would be. So, yeah, he's skipping, which is pretty big. I don't think it's like Sony's not going big, but it's pretty big.
It's pretty big. But now that list of people attending Xbox isn't on the list, but purely because they haven't been E3 no,
se,
but it is funny that they're not actually E3, but their own. Whoa. I love auto-playing.
Oh my god.
It's like they're not at E3, but actually they're over the road.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, at the same time as E3.
Which they have been for the past few years.
Yeah.
So here is the list of main exhibitors, or the exhibitors at least confirmed for now. Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Capcom, Hori, Microsoft,
Hori and the Blind Forest,
Dreams, I have no idea what that is. Nintendo, who for a while it seemed like they weren't going to be there, but Nintendo, Nvidia, Oculus, Sega, Square Enix, Take-Two Interactive, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers Interactive.
It's still a pretty solid
Activision
list,
said they were going to be there as well, which I'm surprised they're not on the list again here, but
goddamn.
Yeah.
When is the Nintendo having their Direct?
Yeah, I saw someone say the other day that it's been the longest time now between Directs ever.
Yeah, I mean, they usually have one in Jan, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like outlines the next 4 or 5 months before E3.
I think everyone's just hoping there isn't a Direct, because then they're like, is Animal Crossing delayed?
Oh, yeah. Well, Animal Crossing is coming out soon at least.
Yeah. Other news. Witcher 3 sales rose by 500% after the show went live on Netflix.
That is, the pun intended, that is wild.
People tossed a coin to their Witcher.
They really did. 500%. Just when you think the Witcher's been played by like every gamer, another 500% of sales happen.
It's unbelievable. Physical sales of the Witcher books also increased, rising 562% in 2 weeks.
That is insane.
I mean, the books are good. You should read the books.
Yeah.
So that's cool. The show was... I finished watching the show. I thought it was fine.
It's fun.
I didn't think it was like the best thing ever. It was fine, but I'm keen to watch another season.
I just think that Henry Cavill's a great
Henry
Geralt.
Cavill's a very good Geralt. Yeah.
So season 2, it's only coming out next year.
Remedy Games.
Yes.
Them, the people who made Alan Wake and Control. So they're working on a lot of things.
Stuff.
They have 3 games in development, two of which are now entering pre-production. So they worked on that multiplayer game Crossfire X, that is sort of like Counter-Strike, that is coming to consoles. So they helped out a bit with that, and they are busy making like a single-player campaign to that, as far as I can tell. They are also working on the 2 remaining DLCs for Control, which will be the story DLCs.
Can't wait.
Then, so the ones that are currently going into development are... Okay, no. Okay, so it was the Crossfire stuff. Then there's a third unannounced one.
Unannounced.
That seems like it might be a live service thing.
Interesting.
Live service multiplayer thing. So
interesting.
Yeah. Interesting stuff happening
Speaking
at Remedy.
of live service multiplayer, I don't know if it's a live service game, but Outriders.
Oh yeah, we got a reveal for that. That's from People Can
Enix.
Fly and Square Enix.
Yeah. People did
Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment. What's weird is I thought EA owned them or Epic owned them. So this is strange that they're working with Square Enix. But basically, it's like to me, it looks more like a Diablo than a Destiny, like less live servicey and more just loot.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like the child of like Gears of War and Diablo.
Gears of War and Diablo, like third-person shooter
with lots of
Diablo.
loot and abilities.
I like the look of it, and I like the movement looks really fun.
Yeah.
So it immediately reminded me of that game last year, Revenant from the Ashes, which was sort of like,
I saw actually in the YouTube comments a lot of people compared the two.
Yeah, because Revenant was like third-person shooter Diablo Dark Souls, essentially. So
I still got to play that game.
I think you dig it, yeah. If you play it, we should co-op, because I never got to co-op in that game. Yeah.
Got to co-op, damn.
Speaking of live service again, Division 2 got a whole bunch of things. Yeah, so it's like... So firstly, episode 3 of its first season is out now. And to kick off its new season, it's getting a expansion called Warlords of New York, which is returning the game to New York and bringing with it like a whole bunch of gameplay updates. So it's like Ubisoft have basically revamped how gear works. They've revamped the UI to make it a bit easier to like surface the information you need to know about gear. They've included god roll items, so you can re-roll specs for items to get better. It kind of makes the end game loot grind a bit better, because right now people are hitting a wall with that, where they're like, well, why do I need to do anything else? Yeah. So they're kind of revamping like your in-game raids, some of the missions that get you there, some of the missions on the peripheral as well, and then also taking you to New York again, which a lot of people love. So this is kind of like wanted me to jump back into it.
Sure.
Especially since
all
the base
that time
game is like
have.
$3.
$3?
Yeah, $3 for the base game. Or if you want the base game and the expansion, it's like $400.
Yeah, but that's still super cheap.
Yeah. So pretty good time to get into that, I think.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Google Stadia is getting five whole new games.
Yes, no, that's not important. No. Oh my God. You can fish in Fortnite, apparently. That's cool, I guess.
Nice.
So we already spoke about Wolcen, Christopher Walken's new hit RPG game.
Who knew he had a gaming studio?
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew?
Media Molecule said based on the reception to Dreams on PS4, they could think about porting it to PS5 in the future.
It's probably going to PS5. Well, actually, I don't know. It's reviewing well. I'm quite interested to see how the sales numbers hold up, because it's a weird game. Like, who do you pitch it to? Like, who's it targeted at?
I think it's got a discoverability issue. It's like, I think critically it's going to do well, but will it sell?
Yeah, that I don't know. We'll see.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare might be getting its rumored, well, it probably is getting its rumored Battle Royale mode, because there was a massive update this week which people got pissed about, because it was like the second like 60 gig plus update in like 2 weeks. It's getting a bit ridiculous.
I mean, the file size is massive. It's like nearly 200 gigs or something?
Yeah.
Which is
so
insane. Apparently
part of that is this new Battle Royale mode called Warzone. which people are surprisingly finding themselves getting into by accident, like glitching into the map or just being matched up into the map by accident. So a lot of details have leaked, and the most prominent is that it's going to be a 200-player battle royale.
Shit,
which is that's a lot of people in one map.
That is insane.
So I think the first person who somehow got into it got banned by Infinity
They
Ward.
hacked the server.
Something like that. Something. GeForce Now, did we speak about that last week?
I don't think we did.
So GeForce Now, have you, like, Stadia, right? Stadia is like this streaming platform, and it's like, cool, come buy your games on Stadia and then you can stream them anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
GeForce Now is like, cool, what about that, but with all the games you already own? So,
wait, I think we did touch on it very lightly last week.
Nvidia's not making their own storefront. They're just allowing you to link your Steam games and stream them anyway. And like a week after that happened, Activision was like, nah fam. So according to a misunderstanding, as Nvidia says, Activision Blizzard removed all its games from GeForce's Now, their service. And who knows if they'll be back.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Activision having a great start to the year at the moment. I think that's mostly it.
There's nothing like massive this week.
No, Last of Us is getting its first public demo at PAX East, which is pretty cool.
And there's a free PS4 theme for it.
And it's very nice, yeah. Castlevania Season 3 is coming out next month. That trailer was awesome. Did you watch the previous 2 seasons? So good.
Some good crack.
I'm super, super into that series, and I cannot wait. Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain developer, Quantic Dream, they're now completely independent, and they'll become a publisher for other devs. So, interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they'll publish a game which has not shit controls.
Maybe.
And Half-Life Alyx got a release date, March 23rd. Hey, you must come over and play that because we can.
What got a release date?
Half-Life Alyx.
Oh, Half-Life Alyx, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Well, didn't it always have a release date?
It always had March.
Oh, March, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Final Fantasy VII. Did you see that opening cinematic?
Yes, I did. I need to stop watching trailers for that game because it's getting me too excited.
It's so gorgeous.
I'm like, no.
It's such a beautiful, beautiful, faithful remake of that opening.
Wait. That game.
Make Crisis Core, you fucking cowards.
Come on, it's going to be that bundled prequel. You know it is. Like, we're going to start the game to like... That'd be the biggest shock in gaming history.
I tell you, I'd be all over that.
Do it, Square Enix, you cowards.
Should we get to questions?
Questions, yes.
If you want to send us questions, like so many great people already did, you can email us. Wow, my brain. checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com.
What's going on?
That's checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com.
We have nothing on Twitter. But
you can find us on all the social platforms, at checkpointchat on Twitter, at checkpointchat on Instagram, and facebook.com/checkpointchat.
We are really on everything. So we have nothing on Twitter. We are not on
TikTok.
I'm on TikTok. Let me tell you.
Matty's TikTok.
I'm having a great time on TikTok.
I've been seeing your enjoyment. Your karate chopping cat one.
Much to Lupin's dismay.
Yeah, Lupin was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You know how many takes it took to get that right? To get my hand matching to the sound effect.
I could see there were 1 or 2 points where you missed it. And I was just like, how many times has he practiced this?
The tricky part, I think I had the initial swipes right, but the actual hitting of Lupin, like, it was very difficult to get it right. I was like, whatever.
I just loved him.
It looks good. Okay, so we have nothing on Twitter and Facebook, but we do have a bunch on Instagram. I just need to get there. Okay, so these are like very quick fire questions from Cello ZA.
Cello.
Okay, you ready?
Hello, Cello.
Wait, where should I start? Let's start here. Oh, we had a response from the SA Geeks who said, Kitty, who's Kitty? Did you see the GIF I posted?
No. The cat with the really big eyes.
Yeah. Like, whose cat is that?
I don't know.
It is a random cat GIF I found online. That cat is adorable. Okay, so.
Allowed for free use.
Oh my God. Cello says also, oh wait. So I'm reading these backwards. Okay, you ready? Pork or chicken?
Neither. I'm vegetarian.
Okay, let's say chicken. Bacon or sausage?
Oh, this is hard. Vegetarian sausage.
Vegetarian, I'll take the bacon. Cake or donuts?
Ooh.
So now we're getting to the crux of it.
Cheesecake. Yeah, for sure cake then.
Cake. I'll take cake as well. Coke or Pepsi?
Fuck. That really depends on the day, honestly.
Coke? Look, I don't have anything against Pepsi, but Coke is my default.
Okay, so I have two answers for this.
Oh boy.
If you're going with sugar, Coke. But Pepsi Max, the sugar-free one,
that's actually really
way
good.
better than any of the sugar-free Cokes.
But it actually tastes like Pepsi.
Yeah, it's friggin' legit. It's awesome.
Beer or wine?
Oh, fuck, that's also hard.
I'd say beer. Actually, I really enjoy.
Yeah, I like
nothing
beer.
quite
I love
like
both.
I love both, but there's nothing quite like a nice ice cold beer.
Oh yeah, no, that is true.
Vanilla or chocolates? What?
When it comes to ice cream?
Don't know. He put chocolate, so I'm going to just assume vanilla or chocolate.
Vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla's great.
Yeah, vanilla. I love vanilla.
Hairy or knees?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I love having knees.
Yeah, I'd love having knees. I'm Portuguese, so I'm going to say hairy.
I love having just, if I had to choose between being hairy and not having knees, I think not having knees would be a bit of a problem.
Definitely hairy. Okay, well, this doesn't apply to either medium rare or medium steak.
Well, when I was eating steak like a normal human being, medium rare. Medium is a fucking abomination.
Medium rare is the place you have to be.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Apples or bananas?
Apples. I don't like banana. Well, I like banana in a smoothie, but eating raw banana...
I'm going to say bananas.
Okay, that's fair. Bananas are popular.
Platformer or RPG?
Fuck. Why not both?
A platformer RPG. I'm going to go platformer. But I love RPGs.
I think RPG.
My God, it's so difficult.
I prefer sinking time into an RPG, yeah. This is like 20 questions. I love this.
Platformer, I'm going to say. Okay. Toad or Peach?
Peach.
Peach, yeah. Toad's an annoying
Toad's fucking annoying. I'll cook Toad.
Metroid or Castlevania?
I've never played either.
Oh my God. I think I'm going to say Castlevania purely because if I think about my touch points with both franchises, I just think of Symphony of the Night, which is like one of the best Metroidvania games ever made. So
I love Metroidvanias.
Metroidvania.
Or in the Blind Forest.
Grilled or fried? I quite like grilled, I think. Grilled.
Fried. I love fried stuff.
Say fried. Sweet or sour?
Sweet. No. Hold on. No. Sorry. Sour. Yeah, sour. Yeah.
Sour is the right answer. Lemon and herb, mild, hot, or peri-peri?
Mild.
Although I do enjoy lemon and herb as well.
Yeah, lemon and herb I find hot is too hot.
Do people... Oh, wait. What happens to this? No. What's my phone doing? Do people only like... So we're done with the quickfire questions.
Okay. Is this still cello now?
It's still cello.
Sub cello.
Do people only like games like Dark Souls and Celeste because it's regarded as challenging?
I definitely think that's part of it.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the appeal. But if I think of Celeste, like the story itself, I really enjoyed. But then if I think of Dark Souls, yeah, the challenge is there. But there's a world there that if you just dig deep enough, there's like a whole lot of lore. Like I loved reading up. So the moment I finished Dark Souls 3, I'm going to go read up a whole lot of stuff. But when I finished Bloodborne and Sekiro, it's fascinating reading all the little side stuff you might not have picked up during your playthrough. And I mean, some of the stuff isn't even confirmed. It's just people speculating, like, I think this character is this, or this thing is this, whatever. And it's just really interesting.
I don't think it's a fact of, like, I want to play these games so I can say I finished them. But I love their challenge because the feeling of overcoming that challenge is so euphoric. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Okay. What type of games are you bad at? We've actually answered this on those 50 questions. And I told you about it. I think I realized after, at the time I didn't have an answer, but I'm bad at card games.
Oh.
Hearthstone.
I thought you were really good at Hearthstone.
No, I love Hearthstone, but I'm not at all the sort of person to be like, well, if I play this card in 3 turns, like,
oh yeah, no, I'm
just
bad at that. Yeah.
I need to kill that card, and then I lose. I'm like, oh, I don't know. How did this happen? This game's bullshit.
It's like everyone loves Slay the Spire, which is like a roguelike deck building game, and I just have no patience for it, like, at all. I'm bad at fighting games, which reminds me that we have the new Street Fighter. We should play that.
Oh my God. When did Street Fighter 5 come out?
Ages ago.
This is a re-release.
But apparently it's real good.
It's real good.
We should do another chili challenge.
I know. Favorite villain from a video game?
Ooh.
Handsome Jack and Kefka. We've answered this before.
GLaDOS.
Oh, that's a good one. Does thought require language? Yes.
What?
Yes, I think it does.
Isn't this based on the question that was going around earlier this week, where it's like some people, it blew people's minds where they're like, wait, you don't have an internal monologue. Yeah.
I never.
So I guess you don't need language. Well, I don't think you need language. Like,
I don't think I have.
How do illiterate people think?
I don't know. Well, maybe you don't need language, but I think if you are a literate person, chances are you do think with language. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I know in my head I have a little voice going, what should I have for lunch?
The people that were responding saying they don't have an internal monologue basically replied saying like they have ideas instead of like a voice, which is an interesting. I can't really picture that, but maybe that's all. So I don't know. I don't know.
No. And last question, what language would you like to learn besides Portuguese?
Either like Japanese or Mandarin.
Yeah, I think I'd love to go to Japan one day, and I do like the idea of maybe, like, I'd love to live in Japan, even if for a year or two, but I'm like, shit, you'd have to learn Japanese. It would be nice to just...
It'd be really cool.
But it would be cool to just know how to speak Japanese.
Yeah, just wake up one day and just... Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Arigato. Mr. Roboto.
Senpai.
Senpai. Okay, and that's all we have from Chilo. But over on email, we have 400 bazillion questions from Megs. Whoa.
Sup, Megs.
That is a lot of questions. We've got part 1 through to part 8. And then another question.
We'll see how we get
Let's see how far we go. Okay, so question 1 from Megs. Oh, his emails are titled The Returner.
The Returner.
He didn't send questions for a while. He says, since the Bioshock 2 anniversary has come and gone, should I play it?
Yes.
I played a few minutes of it back in the day, but disliked it due to how untrue the perspective is, since you play as a big daddy in the game and that Kevin Levine is not involved with it. With this info in mind, should I give it another try?
Yes.
I think even if you don't... I agree. So
Bioshock 2 is a better game than Bioshock 1 in terms of mechanics, not in terms of story.
However, what Jeff always told me, and I 100% agree with him, is that Minerva's Den, the DLC, is 100. The perfect Bioshock experience in that it's like 4 hours long. You go through sort of the same sort of run of them all. You get through all the abilities, and the story is just really good.
It's phenomenal. It's done by I'm blanking on the names now. Steve
Carell.
No.
Who knew? Him and Christopher Walken, game developer.
I have to Google it now because you completely derailed my... Steve Gaynor. Steve Gaynor and Carla... Oh, God. Carla... Zimonga? Yeah? Zimonga? Yeah. So them two, Steve Gaynor and Steve and Carla, they founded Fulbright after working on Minerva's Den, who went on to make Gone Home and Tacoma and all of that. So
Minerva's Den is like... if you don't want to play Bioshock 2, that's fine. But play Minerva's Den. Yeah. It's like the perfect Bioshock experience.
Bioshock 2 is a better playing game than Bioshock 1. It doesn't hit the same story beats, but I still think Bioshock 2 is better than Infinite, to be honest. So,
my God, how dare you?
You should play it.
How dare you have an opinion? What games do you guys play on the Switch during load shedding? Or are you lucky enough to have an inverter solar setup and it's business as usual?
Nope.
I just started Golf Story, so I'll probably play that.
Ooh, I want to hear what your thoughts are for that, because I've heard that's pretty fun.
And that studio's got another game coming out which involves...
sports stories.
Yeah, it's like all kinds of sports. I just play whatever I'm playing on the Switch at the moment. So I'm playing Pokemon whenever there's load shedding. But like... either playing Switch or reading. So,
okay, yeah. I'm playing Dead Cells at the moment. And then I'm bouncing between Dead Cells and like Pokemon.
I don't know what I'm going to play after Pokemon. I mean, I suppose I should dive into Astral Chain.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh.
Yeah, get on that train.
Okay, this is for you. It says, Alessandro, what is your must-watch TV series February 2020? What is in your must-watch TV series February 2020 list at the moment?
February 2020. Well, I'm currently watching the second season of Narcos Mexico, which is pretty good. Enjoy Narcos. Lots of subtitles.
Narcos.
I've just finished a documentary series called Cheer on Netflix, which was phenomenal.
Hooray! What's it about?
It's about competitive cheerleading in America, but like,
I actually heard about that.
It hit on so many emotional levels. It was pretty fucking great. Like, way better than I thought it would be.
Eating ice cream, crying. I was like,
yeah, literally, it was so good. And then later this month is the second season of Drive to Survive, which is the Formula One documentary series, which first season was incredible, so can't wait for the second season.
Do you guys still use the search engine Google, or have you moved on to privacy-focused Duck?
No, I still use Google.
What is Duck?
I guess a privacy-focused Google.
Yeah, I don't use it. I still use Google.
Listen, they're getting my information one way or the other. So, like, I've got Gmail. They fucking they've got me. Like, so.
There's nothing more terrifying of like, what's a good example? But there's like, they sort of look through your email and it gives you a reminder like, oh, hey, you've got this appointment this day. And like, but I never set a reminder. But it's obviously sitting in your inbox and like, no, we got you, fam.
The other day I was helping Shani's sister with looking for programming courses, and I was on her laptop, Googling Python programming courses.
You got
I got home, I got served a Python advert on Instagram. I was like,
got served.
I don't like this.
You got served a snake ad. It's like,
yes.
Do you want to buy a snake? Like, no, wrong Python. It wasn't on
the same device, so it must be listening to me. Like,
that is.
It's fucking bizarre, man.
I've also had that many times where we talk about something, go to Instagram, pop, an ad pops up. Like, how?
Yeah.
I haven't even WhatsApped this or anything. Like, what's going on here? Are you guys annoyed that South Africa got snubbed from not getting the Sonic the Hedgehog on Valentine's Day experience?
Wait, what?
So I take it that Sonic the Hedgehog movie didn't come out on Valentine's Day?
It 100%
did. It? I think Alessandra's going to be mad to find out that it didn't.
I'm almost certain it came out on Valentine's Day here. Sturkinical.
We're going to go watch it right now.
Okay, no, we're not going to do that.
And we'll be back, report back next week. Are you going to go watch a Sonic movie?
Maybe it isn't out. Holy shit.
Oh. When is it out in South Africa? I don't see it there.
I'm pretty sure I saw it as a...
Oh, we can still go watch Star Wars.
Yeah, fuck. You should go watch Parasite. Oh my god.
Oh, that's the Oscar-winning one.
Oh, he's right. It's only out on 21st of February.
Huh. Well, to be honest, if we didn't even know it wasn't out, no, we're not upset then.
Yeah, clearly not. I honestly swear I thought it was... Ooh, The Invisible Man. Cool.
I wouldn't watch that movie.
What?
You can't see the guy.
Oh, fuck off.
Literally wouldn't see it. Wouldn't watch it.
Get out of here.
Have you guys played Kingdom Come Deliverance? It's free on Epic Games Store now. Should I get the DLC complete back for 100 Rand to have the complete experience?
I haven't, but I redeemed it on Epic Games Store because I remember it being good.
You know what I must talk about maybe next week that I completely forgot? I played over like the quiet January period was Super Hot.
Ooh, yes.
Which I grabbed from... I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Grabbed that from Epic
game.
over
You need it now. I need to get it on Oculus so you can play it in VR because it's a whole other thing in VR.
A whole new thing, damn.
I'm just looking through
You're just picking movies you're going to go watch now.
Man, Shani and I went to watch Birds of Prey the other day and they had a trailer in inverted commas. It was like a 10-minute prequel to Tenet.
Yeah.
Which is the new movie from Christopher Nolan.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck.
Does it look good?
I'm so into that movie. It's like weird action with rewinding time nonsense.
Who's the main actor or actress?
His name. I know who he is. I just do not know his name.
It's Christian Bale, isn't it?
It's not Christian Bale. John David Washington. And then you've got Aaron Taylor Johnson and Robert Pattinson.
Damn.
Well. But Christopher Nolan, man, he's
what a dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Alessandro, on my Ryzen 3600 16 gig RAM setup that has a 1066 gig, would you advise me to stay or upgrade to ATI's RX 5500, 5600, 5700 range or NVIDIA's 1660 range, or bust the bank and go RTX 2060, 2070 Super? Or perhaps simply wait for the NVIDIA 30 series or ATI's ray tracing stealth bombs? I'm happy with 1060 so far, and I haven't had any games go below 60 FPS yet, though.
So then I don't think you...
I'd wait.
Yeah, I'd wait then.
Like,
if you're happy with your performance now, there's no reason to splurge on an RTX card when and NVIDIA's expected to put out new cards this year.
And then chances are that the 2060s and 2070s will go cheaper anyway.
I would wait till the new consoles come out, because when those come out, you will get a bit of an indication of where like the sort of like especially RTX support's going to go in the future. AMD will announce their own RTX or ray tracing capable cards by then, because the ones in the consoles are ray tracing capable and they're made by AMD. And Nvidia is expected to announce their Ampere architecture sometime this year. So I do advise against buying anything new right now.
Yeah.
Also, I have no idea what the current AMD cards are like.
This is so weird, though. The follow-up question's kind of contradictory. So Mick says this year, 2020...
It's like, I bought it already. I'm sorry.
Says this year is the year I'm dedicating to playing only on the PlayStation 4.
Oh.
That means no PC, Switch unless load shedded, Xbox 360 or PS3.
Oh, then why would you buy a new graphics card?
Reason being, I have a small backlog of essential exclusives I want to finish and be ready to migrate to the PS5.
I have been seeing he's been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a good game. Yeah, good game.
Assuming it has good disk-based PS4 backwards compatibility, what are your plans for the upcoming PS5? Will you guys get Super Figueroa deals on the Xbox 2023? Matthew's contacts. No. I've got nothing.
Imagine everyone at Clockwork on the Xbox team gets in Series X.
I have absolutely nothing to do
like
with...
Phil Spencer just comes, he's like, thanks for winning an award.
We often
in PR.
joke, like, man, Bill Gates was here for that tennis match. Right? So he was like, why did none of us go see our Lord and Savior?
I know.
You
never went to see your corporate overlord play tennis.
But legitimately, we have absolutely no connection to Xbox South Africa. Like, we work on the global account, and it's so funny because we get briefs from all over the world, and sometimes we get briefs from the South Africa Xbox team. I don't think they have any idea that we're like 2 kilometers away from them doing the work for. It's a South African agency helping them with.
They think you're like overseas,
like
or something.
like maybe they know, but it must be so weird. Like, they have no idea.
Listen, they don't really have an idea of what's going on in general.
Oh my god. Bonus question: what are your thoughts on the Yakuza series? We know a family member of Matthew's, that's my brother, really enjoyed Yakuza 0, but what about Alessandro?
I played Yakuza 0 as well, and I really enjoyed it as well. Well, I haven't finished it, but I played a lot. It felt like a beat 'em up, but with the sort of like setup of a Persona, like kind of like just enjoying this Japanese setting and it getting wacky and ridiculous. So yeah, I enjoyed 0 and I want to get back to it.
I watched my brher play some of it. I was like,
it's ridiculous.
This is so Japanese, but it's incredible.
it's and now there's the whole remastered series. You can play all the way up to 5.
Damn.
And then 6 was the PS4 one. And then 7 is out in Japan soon. But that's like a whole new one. That one is more Persona because it's like
an RPG
turn-based
almost,
battle system. Hell yeah. I'm
That'd be
fucking
interesting.
into that. And a new protagonist and all that. Is that all the questions?
Yeah.
Wow, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we flew through them.
Nice.
And we're still on time and under an hour 30. Although we're going to be over an hour 30 because we've got adverts.
Yeah, definitely. In the grand scheme of things, you still need to record those.
Listen to them.
Listen to them. They get us money. They keep us on air.
They keep us. They feed Alessandro's dogs and my cats.
And my monster addiction.
And your monster addiction. Shh, don't tell the fans that. That's episode.
That was questions.
Those questions.
checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com and Checkpoint Chat pretty much everywhere else.
All over the place.
All over.
Follow Checkpoint Chat on TikTok. Jokes, we don't have a TikTok.
Follow Matty on TikTok.
Follow Hairy Knees. You know that Hairy Knees is taken on TikTok? And it's someone who doesn't even use TikTok.
Sacrilege.
I'm like, it's weird because I made my TikTok account like a year ago and I just never got into it. And then this year, for some reason, I was like, you know what? Let me give it another go. And I tried to register Hairy Knees. I was like, oh yeah, I made an account last year. Let me just reclaim it. And I looked and I'm like, no, I actually never signed up. It's just some other dude or whoever has Hairy Knees. Hairy Knees _ Follow me for judo chopping videos on.
It was a very good one. And the Mexican stand.
The Mexican stand of
I love the epic zoom on God, I always forget her name. Martha. But then on Ella, it was like she was just like whatever.
But she blinked at the perfect time. I was like, yes, this just rounds out the video so nicely.
It was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and if you enjoy Checkpoint Chat, don't be shy to give us a rating on the platform you listen on if it supports it. Helps us reach more people. That's always a good thing.
Send us questions, send us feedback.
They can hear us punt my TikTok.
Soon we'll be able to share dreams, or maybe make the Checkpoint Chat logo in dreams.
How can our dreams be real if...
Get out of here. No, this is the end of the
monster
episode.
cans aren't real.
Episode 86. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey listeners, thanks again for listening to Checkpoint Chats. Just a quick reminder, today's episode was brought to you by Dreams. Play in an ever-expanding dreamverse bursting with games, music, art, everything in between and beyond. Discover amazing creations from players around the world and experience the awe-inspiring story campaign, Art's Dream. And learn how to design your own games, animate, make music, and more with easy-to-follow tutorial videos, and then share your ideas in an online social network of creativity. You really can do it all in Dreams, where the only limit is your imagination. It's out now, exclusively on PlayStation 4, so make sure you grab a copy.